So, the address villas at the Oasis, let's look into it, let's look at the numbers, see what I think is the best investment of 2025, see what differentiates it from other investment opportunities, and ultimately help decide if it's the best for yourself. So before we go into the numbers, just a few basic points. Look, we all know that it's a blue community. We all know that it's got a lagoon. Some brokers are just going to say to you, it's got a lagoon, you should buy it. Wrong. You have to look into the figures. You have to understand what differentiates this community to other options. I think what was really interesting to myself was 7,000 units were originally scheduled for the Oasis. This has now been more than halved down to 3,100. Now, for the people that have invested in the first 4 launches, I mean, that is just brilliant news. The product that you've invested in now has an even lower supply. For people moving forward, I think it's still excellent. It just shows what Emaar is trying to do with this community. It's one of the lowest density villa communities in the whole of Dubai. If you look at the land parcel that it covers, which is similar to Dubai Hills Estate, and you divide that by the amount of residents, the amount of amenity space that all of these residents are going to get. I mean, it's got one of the biggest parks in Dubai. Only detached villas and mansions. So you've got no apartments, no townhouses, no twin villas announced. It's got one of the best plot to built up area ratios in Dubai. A lot of ultra high net worth individuals moving from around the world, from America, from Australia, from certain parts of the UK. A lot of these people are used to bigger plot sizes. This is really catering to them. It's going to be Emaar's highest level of finish yet. What they want to do is make this the most exclusive community by Emaar and also in the whole of Dubai. 80/20 payment plan. Look, it is Emaar. It is an aggressive payment plan. They don't need to offer something more attractive. I think the positive of this is that this reduces the speculation in the market. The people that are going to be buying these products are serious buyers. They know what they're investing in and they know the safety of their investment. Completion June 2029. It is about 4 years away. By then, we will have seen a few of the previous launches handing over. So we're definitely going to see some appreciation prior to then. Right, straight into the numbers. That's the reason why a lot of you are watching. You want to understand where your money can go. How does it compare to other ready communities in the market? So what I've done is I've taken the 6-bed. Now this can be taken with any of the products offered at this launch. We've got the 6-bed with basement. It's almost 13,000 built up, 16,000 square foot plot. And they're selling it at just under 2,000 dirhams a square foot. Now what I've got here is 4 ready comparables. Obviously Tilal Al Ghaf and Jumeirah Golf Estates geographically are closer comparables. However, Dubai Hills Estate, which isn't too far at all, is obviously the same developer. It's going to be the same level of finish, if not better, especially with the address villas. Elysian Mansions, I mean, it's trading at 2,600 plus, and it's not even handed over yet. Golf Place, Dubai Hills, over 4,100 dirhams a square foot. Jumeirah Golf Estates, over 3,500 dirhams a square foot. And Fairways Vistas, over 4,100 dirhams a square foot again. I think if you were to look at where the market has got us in the last few years, of course, it might not go at the same rate. But I think even if the market were to stay the exact same, and we were just basing it on a ready property versus an off-plan property, I think 3,000 dirham a square foot would be very conservative. I personally believe with the way that the market's going, by time of handover, this will definitely surpass the 4,000 dirhams a square foot mark. And anything even just slightly shy of that is still a great return on your money. So these numbers here, which I can share with you guys, this is from Dubai Land Department. So this isn't what people are asking online. This isn't what people are listing their properties at on Property Finder, Bayut. These are the real transacting figures, what these properties are selling at, and it can give you an accurate representation of what the address villas at the Oasis can be. Now, let's look at the latest launch. So I'll just briefly run through this with you. So in the middle here, you've got the 4-bedroom villas. Now, 75% of these are going to be on the waterfront. Down here and down here, you've got your 5-bedroom villas, no basement. Down here and here, you've got your 5-bedroom larger villas with basement. And then of course, down here and over here, you've got your 6-bedroom mansions with basement. Now it's obvious that these are going to have the best plots. They do have the best view, the biggest body of water on the doorstep. But scattered throughout this, you've got community centres, parks, obviously you can see a beach. Now it is important to decide carefully which unit you pick up, which plot you go for. That's something that we can discuss and help target those. But I think it's important to look into that and make sure you're making the right decision. So for those of you that don't know, this is the location of the Oasis. It's just behind Jumeirah Golf Estates. Over here you've got downtown, over here you've got the Palm Jumeirah, both roughly 30 minutes away. I think previously we would have considered this as the centre of Dubai. However, as you guys know, there's been a lot of construction towards the south. If you look at the 2040 vision, you can see the way that Dubai is moving. Obviously Palm Jabal Ali over here, you know, when that's finished, it's going to be full of high-end restaurants, beach clubs. Where are the people that are going to be living in the Oasis going to want to spend their evenings, their weekends? I think it's safe to say that the Oasis is located in the centre of the new Dubai, in between Dubai Creek, downtown Dubai and Palm Jabal Ali. Now, let's talk about the brand. As you know, Emaar is offering the Address branded villas. Now, for those of you that don't know, the Address is a very strong name in Dubai. Whether it's in JBR, whether it's in downtown, it's high-end finishes and it's great locations. But why is this important? If you look at the last 20 years of Dubai, you look at the future of it, what's happened, the ups and downs, God forbid if anything were to happen to the market, it's the strongest products, it's the most premium products, the most desirable products that are the ones that have stood the test of time and had little to no effect. When you pair this with the location, with the floor plan, with the price, I think it's an unbelievable opportunity. Now, the floor plan. It's important you study it, it's important you look into it and understand it. Other than the large plot size, the kitchen is something that interests me. So in other villa communities, in the main kitchen, you're either going to get an open kitchen or a closed kitchen. Closed kitchen will appeal more to an Asian buyer or an African buyer, whereas an open kitchen is going to appeal more to European, Australian, American buyers. The fact that you've got both, you're appealing to both demographics. It's almost double the amount of people that will potentially be interested in your property. It goes back to what I was saying, was having a desirable product. Having something that a lot of people want. That's what's important. Another obvious thing is the fact that it's got a basement. Now, a 4-bedroom villa with a basement is quite hard to come by in Dubai. If someone has that in their set of requirements, in their deal breakers, the pool of options that they have is so small, but yet the Oasis fits into that. So here are the prices. The 4 options on offer are the 4-bedroom villa with basement, 5-bedroom without, 5-bedroom villa with basement, and obviously the 6-bed mansions with basement. I mentioned previously that I think this was interesting. I think what's even more interesting is the fact that the Dubai Hills Fairways Vistas that we mentioned before, back in 2016, you were paying around 11, 12 million for an 8,000 square foot built up. You're getting a similar size property for a similar price in 2025. Of course, the 6-bedroom villa with basement is going to have the best plot. Like I mentioned before, most of them are going to be waterfront with a price per square foot range of around 1,700 to 2,000 dirham a square foot. We've already looked at the numbers. We've already looked at the ready comparables, the hard data, the real transactions, and you can see what potential this investment has. The payment plan, which I mentioned before, like I said, it's going to be aggressive. It's Emaar. They don't need to offer something more attractive to bring in buyers. The EOIs, which they're collecting on the 10th of March, 4 bedrooms, minimum 1.5 million, 5-bedroom villa, minimum 2 million, 6-bedroom villa, minimum 2.5 million. Time for the conclusion. My final thoughts. I think if you look at the floor plan, the location, the price, the brand, the fact that you're able to get an address branded 4-bedroom villa with a basement in a community that's only fully detached, standalone villas and mansions, waterfront property, great amenities, it's an absolute no-brainer. I think all of this combined is definitely the best, the safest investment of 2025. If you have any questions, if you're interested in purchasing in the address villas or any of the Oasis launches, drop me a message, give me a call, and I'll be here to help. Thanks a lot.